Welcome to Budget Beauty, where I help you look flawless for less. Welcome back, and a very special welcome if you're new here. My name is Jen, and this is Budget Beauty. We do everything beauty on a budget, and that includes new eyeshadow palettes, new makeup releases, and today we are doing a full tutorial, first impression, and review of the brand new Nomad Cosmetics Royal Europe palette. I am so incredibly excited about this. We have Multichromes. We have Multichromes from Nomad. So if you're excited, give this video a big, huge thumbs up. Make sure you're subscribed and your bell notification is turned on because I upload lots and lots of new videos every single week. Down in the description box, I will link the Nomad Royal Europe palette with a discount code for you, as well as all of my favorite beauty subscription boxes, all of the other makeup that I'm wearing today, if you would like to recreate this look, and come follow me on TikTok for a little bit more beauty on a budget. So let's put the new Nomad Royal Europe palette on my eyes. I am so excited to try out the new Nomad palette. There are 5 multichromes in here and 10 mattes. Let me go ahead and insert some footage of the unicarton as well as the palette itself, and then swatches of the mattes and the multichromes. We did receive a little card with the palette that said, "Inauguration of the newest Nomad palette by command of the royal family. The Earl Marshal directed to invite you, our special community member, to be present at the reveal of the most recent launch in the Nomad Cosmetics Destination Gallery on this day in the year 2023. And it is a postcard style. Super cute. Nomad always does their packaging and everything so well. Like I said, there are 5 multichromes in this palette and 10 mattes. It is a colorful palette, but there are some neutral shades as well. And each of the 15 pans has an absolutely stunning pan embossing. There also is a mirror in the palette, and the palette itself has this kind of rough 3D texture on the cover, which I absolutely love. The color story of this is beautiful. I mean, it is absolutely stunning. Color story wise, this is my favorite that Nomad has ever put out, and I am so excited to see that they did multichromes, and based on the swatches, they're absolutely delicious. They were beautiful, shifty multi-chromes. So the hard part for me is deciding what type of look I want to do. I know that I want to try out quite a few of the mattes. I want to try out at least 1 or 2 of the multi-chromes. So I'm going to do a little bit more colorful look. So the first thing I'm going to do is prime my eyes with my MAC Paint Pot and Painterly. I always use an eyeshadow primer. I find that it keeps my shadow in place all day, and it prevents some of these fun shimmers and multichromes from creasing. I'm actually headed to the gym after this, so I definitely need this eyeshadow to stay in place through my workout. So like I said, the hard part is deciding kind of what colors I want to do. I definitely want to do something more colorful. So I think I'm going to start with this blue shade here called Palace of Versailles. I'm going to go ahead and use that as my transition shade. I love all the pan embossing in this palette. Nomad always does such a great job with their pan embossing. So I'm going to go ahead and pull this. Whoa, holy pigment. That is a lot deeper and a lot more pigmented than I thought I was going to get out of the palette. Wow, that was just one dip in. So light hand with these pigmented shades. So beautiful, though there is quite a bit of kick up in the pan, which generally means pigmentation. So I'm never mad about kick up, but again, be mindful of that. Tap your brush off, especially if you, like me, do your base makeup first. That way you prevent as much fallout as possible. How absolutely beautiful that is. And like I said, that was one tiny tap into the shade. The pigmentation is incredible. I want to add a little bit of depth to my crease, so I'm going to pick up the shade here called the Ballroom, which is this really pretty purple shade, kind of a purple pink shade. I have that on a skinny fluffy brush, and I'm going to just tap that into the crease and then blend. I'm not going to go above the crease. I want to keep that deeper purple shade in the crease, again, just to add a little bit of depth, and of course get to try out a few more of the mattes. Once again, one swipe in. Look at all that pigmentation. And this purple color is stunning. I always say purples are really hard to formulate. They usually end up patchy. This one, not only is it not patchy, it's pigmented and it is layering beautiful on top of the blue shade. I literally barely tap in for all of this pigmentation. I am mind blown on the pigmentation in this palette. Now I want to go ahead and deepen up the outer corner, which I always like kind of a deeper look. And I think I'm debating between the shade here, Great Wall, which is kind of a burgundy shade, or even Neptune Fountain, which is the brown matte in the palette. I want something to really, really deepen up that outer corner. I think I'm going to use Great Hall. And again, I'm going to just tap that in and blend. That is really pretty. It's a burgundy, it's kind of a burgundy brown, and it looks really good with the purple and the blue. And it's giving me that perfect depth that I always like in my outer corner. For me, I have to have a deep shade to add depth. I need depth in my looks. I think that's what finishes it off and makes them stand apart from just a mid-tone muted look. There's also quite a bit of kick up in this shade as well. It seems like all the shades there's quite a bit of kick up. So again, just be mindful of that. And then using that same fluffy brush with that pretty blue shade on it, not picking up any more shadow, I am just going to do a blend. That is so pretty. I mean, I really love those colors layered together. As always, I'm going to use my NYX glitter glue as a primer for the shimmers, especially with Multichromes. Like I said, we want to prevent them from creasing. And like I said, I'm going to work out. So I need these to hold in place and hold all day because I have some filming I want to do today as well. So I'm going to tap on that NYX glitter glue. Now the mattes were hard, but the Multichromes are even harder to decide what I want to do. They're all so absolutely beautiful. This St. Edward's crown down here, which is this kind of deep purple. I mean, you can see the shift. Amazing. This one, when I swatched it, kind of took my breath away. So I definitely want to use that on my lid. I'm going to pick that up on my finger. I always like to do shimmer on my finger and shimmer with a brush so you can see how they apply. That one I'm going to tap on the outer half of my lid. Ooh, look how beautiful that is. One eensy teensy dip into the palette and a tap, and look at that. So pretty. Shifts from a blue to a purple with a little bit of pink. Absolutely beautiful. And then using a brush, I'm going to go into Royal Treasure, which looks in the pan like it shifts from a green to a pink to a gold. Picking that up on a dense brush, I'm going to put that on the inner portion of my lid. And then blend that over with that really pretty purple multichrome. That picked up beautifully on a brush. So both a finger and a brush work fantastic. So whatever your preference is for application, they both picked up the multichromes perfectly. So pretty. I mean, so pretty. For my inner corner highlight, I want to use Imperial Crown, which is a gold to green to pink shifting multichrome. And I'm going to just tap that in my inner corner. That is so pretty. Beautiful. And then for the lower lash line, I haven't used any of kind of the tealy shades. We use the blue shade, but we've got these really pretty teals. So I'm going to use King's Room, which is the deeper teal shade in the palette. And I'm going to buff that on the lower lash line. Holy pigment. That is so pretty. Oh my goodness, that teal shade. It's absolutely beautiful. I'm going to go back in with that first fluffy brush, no additional shadow, and again, just a final blend. So here's the completed look. I'm going to apply liner, mascara. I'll be back to show you the final look. We'll do our lips together, and then I'll give you my final thoughts on the Nomad Royal Europe palette. So here is the completed look. I added some liner, some mascara, and like I said, let's do our lips together. Because this is such a colorful, deep, dark, vibrant look, I'm going to go pretty simple on the lip. So I'm going to use the Lunar Beauty lip oil in the shade Divine, which is kind of a light pink, very lightly tinted lip oil. I love Lunar Beauty's lip oil. It is my all-time favorite. It is so hydrating, and the longevity of the lip oil is insane for lip products. Divine just adds that really pretty kind of light pink gloss to the lips. So let's go over my final thoughts on the Nomad Cosmetics Royal Europe palette. I think based on the tutorial and how many times I was blown away by not only the pigmentation of the mattes, how easily they blended, and these multichromes are absolutely beautiful. I want to say on a side note, multichromes range from about $18 to $20 per shade. So I mean, that's about anywhere from $80 to $100 worth of multichromes in this palette. I'll go ahead and pop up here on the screen the price of the palette. I want to say it was like $56 before a discount. So I will link a discount down below for you, but I love this. I love the color story. It is hands down my favorite palette Nomad has released, and I really hope that they continue to release multichromes because they're really good at it. These multichromes are absolute perfection. They are shifty, they're buttery soft, they glide on so easily with the finger and with the brush, and the mattes in this palette, as always with Nomad mattes, just blew me away. You saw me do one tap into that shade and it was wham, bam, pigmentation. So I am obsessed with this. I know that I'm going to get a lot of use out of this palette. It's a color story that I will want to reach for all the time. I love the packaging. I love everything about it. I love that Nomad is a independently owned small business that just kills it with their eyeshadow. So 10 out of 10 out of 10, highly, highly recommend Nomad Royal Europe. Let me know your thoughts down below if you picked up the palette or if this kind of sways you to want to pick up the palette. And of course, give this video a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not, because I upload lots and lots of new videos every single week. Of course, I will link the palette down below with the discount, as well as all of my favorite beauty subscription boxes, all of the other makeup that I'm wearing in today's video, including that lip oil from Lunar Beauty. Love that. And of course, come follow me on TikTok for a little bit more beauty on a budget. I'm gonna go throw my hair back up in a ponytail, throw on some workout clothes, hit the gym, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.